Don't give up, don't ever give up. This iconic phrase from Jimmy Valvano's 1993 ESPY speech has become a slogan for the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. Through an amazing amount of determination, Jimmy Valvano pushed through the pain of having cancer and gave a heartwarming speech which opened a foundation and has saved countless lives since. To understand Jimmy V's accomplishments and how amazing they were, you have to understand where he comes from. He was born and raised in New York. He went to high school in Long Island. It was during this time, according to JimmyV.org, that when he was 17 years old, he took out a white index card and wrote down all of his professional aspirations. He would play basketball in high school and college. He would go on to be a head coach. He would have a victory in Madison Square Garden, and he would eventually cut down the nets after winning a national basketball championship. Um, Shortly after high school, he went to Rutgers University and played college basketball there, where he won the Senior Athlete of the Year as a senior and graduated with a degree in English. He also led the Scarlet Knights to a third place finish in the NIT tournament. Shortly after that, he went to Johns Hopkins University and began head coaching at 22, which is very young for a basketball head coach. But he led the school to its first winning season in 24 years. After that, he bounced around to a couple different colleges as head coaches, where he eventually landed with NC State University. And he won the NCAA National Championship and the ACC tournament. So he eventually got to cut down the nets, just like he wrote down when he was 17 years old. Um, After that, he was named the athletic director of NC State University. And shortly after that, signed on with ABC and ESPN as a basketball commentator and analyst. He won a couple awards for that as well, for the commentating and analyzation skills for NCAA basketball podcasts. Shortly after being signed on to ESPN and ABC, he was unfortunately diagnosed with terminal cancer. Um, this was a huge shock to the entire sports world, and obviously was very, very difficult for his family and himself. But he did, after a short period of time, he went back to broadcasting, even with stage 4 cancer. Um, Shortly after that, after returning to broadcasting, he received the Arthur Ashe Awards at the first ever ESPY Awards, the 1993 ESPY Awards. He was given the Ashe Award, which is given to a sports-related personality who best exhibits courage in the face of adversity, from ESPN.com. Um, Shortly after the speech, later that year, he passed away of metastatic cancer. Um, Post-mortem, he was inducted into the Rutgers Basketball Hall of Fame and the New York City Basketball Hall of Fame as well. During the speech, Jimmy V announced that, with the help of ESPN, he's creating a foundation for cancer research called the Jimmy V Foundation. Um, this very much promoted the betterment of society because, as a cancer patient, Jim recognized the need to invest in young physicians and scientists to help establish their careers. He created the V Scholar concept to address that need. Today, this is a highly respected award that's sought by a lot of young physicians and scientists in the nation's leading cancer research facilities. As with any patient, Jim discovered firsthand how slowly science goes from the lab to the hospitals, and that was something he was very passionate about doing, is speeding up that process. So after his death, in 2001, 8 years after his death, the V Foundation announced the Translational Research Grants, which was designed to accelerate the laboratory findings to the hospitals. So the Jimmy V Foundation has awarded more than $150 million to 120 facilities nationwide and proudly awards 100% of its direct cash donations to cancer research and related programs as well. So it's clear to see how Jimmy V's ESPY speech affected the lives of millions and millions of people. Jimmy V showed an amazing amount of courage by battling cancer and creating a possibility of helping others with cancer through his foundation. But it was not just the things that he did that made him who he was. The manner in which Jimmy V lived was why he was so well known and so beloved, and he will be remembered forever in the sports world. Thank you.